Don't compare yourself with anyone in this world. If you do so, you are insulting yourself. Patience is a key element of success. To win big, you sometimes have to take big risks. Legacy is a stupid thing. I don't want a legacy. The best way to prepare, to be a programmer, is to write programs and to study great programs that other people have written. In my case, I went to the garbage cans at the Computer Science Center and fished out listings of their operating system. People always fear change. People feared electricity when it was invented, didn't they? I believe that if you show people the problems and you show them the solutions, they will be moved to act. In business, the idea of measuring what you are doing, picking the measurements that count like customer satisfaction and performance. You thrive on that. Americans want students to get the best education possible. We want schools to prepare children to become good citizens and members of a prosperous American economy. It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose. If I'd had some set idea of a finish line, don't you think I would have crossed it years ago? If geek means you're willing to study things, and if you think science and engineering matter, I plead guilty. If your culture doesn't like geeks, you are in real trouble. If I'd had some set idea of a finish line, don't you think I would have crossed it years ago? Until we're educating every kid in a fantastic way, until every inner city is cleaned up, there is no shortage of things to do. I was lucky to be involved and get to contribute to something that was important, which is empowering people with software. I have been struck again and again by how important measurement is to improving the human condition. We always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10. Don't let yourself be lulled into inaction. Life is not divided into semesters. You don't get summers off, and very few employers are interested in helping you. Find yourself. Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. The most amazing philanthropists are people who are actually making a significant sacrifice. We make the future sustainable when we invest in the poor, not when we insist on their suffering. I choose a lazy person to do a hard job. Because a lazy person will find an easy way to do it. If you can't make it good, at least make it look good. Expectations are a form of first-class truth. If people believe it, it's true. Life is not fair, get used to it. Flipping burgers is not beneath your dignity. Your grandparents had a different word for burger flipping, they called it opportunity. If you are born poor, it's not your mistake, but if you die poor, it's your mistake. There is a certain responsibility that accrued to me when I got to this unexpected position. We've got to put a lot of money into changing behavior. I can understand wanting to have millions of dollars. There's a certain freedom, meaningful freedom, that comes with that. But once you get much beyond that, I have to tell you, it's the same hamburger. We all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we improve. Be nice to nerds. Chances are you'll end up working for one. Exposure from a young age to the realities of the world is a super big thing. Everyone needs a coach. It doesn't matter whether you're a basketball player, a tennis player, a gymnast, or a bridge player. I do think this next century, hopefully, will be about a more global view. Where you don't just think, yes, my country is doing well, but you think about the world at large. The world won't care about your self-esteem. The world will expect you to accomplish something before you feel good about yourself. I really had a lot of dreams when I was a kid, and I think a great deal of that grew out of the fact that I had a chance to read a lot. Expectations are a form of first-class truth. If people believe it, it's true. I am not a topper in my university, but all toppers are working in my Microsoft company. The best teacher is very interactive. I'm a big believer that as much as possible, and there's obviously political limitations, freedom of migration is a good thing. I'm a great believer that any tool that enhances communication has profound effects in terms of how people can learn from each other, and how they can achieve the kind of freedoms that they're interested in. Television is not real life. In real life, people actually have to leave the coffee shop and go to jobs. Our success has really been based on partnerships from the very beginning. Whether I'm at the office, at home, or on the road, I always have a stack of books I'm looking forward to reading. You see, antiquated ideas of kindness and generosity are simply bugs that must be programmed out of our world. And these cold, unfeeling machines show us the way. This is a fantastic time to be entering the business world, because business is going to change more in the next 10 years than it has in the last 50. The world won't care about your self-esteem. The world will expect you to accomplish something before you feel good about yourself.